Hi, and welcome to another episode. I thought we would listen to Meghan Markle's a part of her interview at the Time 100 Summit in New York. The absolute waffle that comes out of this woman's mouth it's mind-blowing. It's absolutely mind-blowing. Let's have a little listen, and I'm going to put my commentary to it. I'm going to apologise in advance because my commentary might not be very nice, but, such is life. Let's have a little listen.
What I love about the show is that you bring in your family, you bring in your friends, you bring in the team, the crew, you make them part of the show.
That was very important to me.
And so talk to me a little bit about, you care for so many people.
Okay, I'm just going to stop it right there. Meghan cares about so many people. What an absolute lot of freaking bullshit. Who does she care for? Well, maybe she cares for Harry because he's the wallet. He's the one with the money. He's the puppet that runs around behind her, making her this so-called celebrity, making her feel like she's somebody in the world. Who else does she care for? Doria, because she's the ace for Meghan, the race card. Who else does Meghan care for? Yes, Meghan cares about herself.
And you talk about joy and love. Everything that you do comes with caring for the people that are on your show and around you. You're CEO. There's a lot of glam, but we know there's a lot of grit and grind. How do you care for yourself?
Oh, thank you for...
How does she care for herself? Well, I suspect Meghan cares for herself by spending Harry's money, by dissing everybody else and making herself feel good, because that's what narcissists do. They have to put everyone else down to elevate themselves. There's that word, elevate. Meghan elevates everybody, doesn't she? No, she doesn't. She elevates herself.
Well, look, I think part of what's really, really important is that love language of taking care of people also really feeds me.
Oh, the love language of taking care of people feeds her. What people is she taking care of? Is it her father? Thomas Markle Sr. Is Meghan Markle taking care of her father? I'm not talking financially. I'm talking about emotionally. Picking up the phone. Hi, Dad. How are you? How are you feeling? Do you need anything? I'm just letting you know what's happening in my life. How does Meghan take care of people? Is it the staff that she's abused and put down and used and absolutely trashed?
And I think that is in many ways part of my self-care, which can feel confusing for a lot of people. Well, how do you show up for all these people and not feel depleted? But
she shows up for all these people and doesn't feel depleted. Oh, taking care of others is taking care of herself. Yes, her ego, putting people down, trashing people and destroying their lives gives Meghan Markle a big ego.
A lot of times, if you're doing it in a way where you are giving in a way that is thoughtful and intentional and so authentic, it actually energizes you as opposed to depleting you. So
it energizes her. You see that? A narcissist needs to do all these nasty things to people to energize her, to fuel her battery, to, make her feel good about herself.
Example, when you mentioned the crew as a character, when I said, how are we going to do a cooking show or a crafting show that doesn't feel like a typical stand and stir, which we all remember from back in the days. We stand, look at camera, and you're stirring something. I didn't necessarily want to do that. And I didn't want a reality show. And so the only way to feel as though you were still in conversation with me, I felt, was I had to be talking to the people in the room with me. And that was the crew. And, on Suits, we had a crew of over 2.
Let's go back to Suits, because that's the only thing she can go back to, isn't it? Oh, hang on a minute. She can go back to the dishwashing commercial, can't she? The letter. But the only thing Meghan Markle can ever go back to is Suits. Her 2 seconds on each episode in Suits. That's all she can compare herself to.
100 people. So, and on this show, it's a crew of 80 people, which also, when people said, why didn't you do it in your house? It's like, well, my kids are coming home for their nap and 80 people.
So her kids are coming home from a nap. Where are they coming home from? School, nursery. No one has ever seen them at a school. There's no photographs of those children being picked up and taken to a school, or no mum or dad at a school has ever snapped a photo of these children, these invisible children that go to school, and they're going home for a nap. Okay, after school or nursery. Fair call, if that's her bullshit that she's got happening in her brain, her story. But if they live in this Montecito mansion with many, many, many rooms, and it's so big, as you can see in the photos that are everywhere on the internet, how can those children not go and have a nap in this massive house and still have 80 people in the kitchen doing a cooking show? Why can't they go and have a nap? The house is so big. So what's the story there?
Kitchen isn't really the childhood memory I would love for them to have. So we were really fortunate to find something close by. But I think, look,
she doesn't want her children to have the childhood memory of mummy making movies in the kitchen. Now, if you were this so-called businesswoman, I think that would be amazing for your children to be part of this in your home, you producing these movies or shows or writing a book or whatever, to have them as a part of it, to see how you work, to see that you are creating a career. Is that not what teaching children about life is all about? Why doesn't she want her children there? But aren't they in a few of these scenes in this Netflix series anyway? So why didn't she really want it in her home?
that is part of how I take care of myself, and tapping into what really ignites my joy is part of that, and being creative has really, really been anchored in that for this moment. What I love.
Oh, it brings her joy. Isn't that lovely? It brings her so much joy to do all this stuff. She doesn't care about all the people that she's hurt along the way. But Meghan Markle, it brings her so much joy and happiness to do all this stuff. And she shows so much love to everybody. I know. Her father's so happy with all the love that is out there for him, that she expresses. I mean, the King and the Queen of England and the late Queen and Prince Philip, they all felt Meghan Markle's love and joy, didn't they? Princess Catherine, Prince William, their children, they all felt so much love and joy and happiness with Meghan Markle, didn't they? Not. She's such a freaking liar. It's just continual bullshit with her. Absolute bullshit. Let's have a listen to this one, hey?
That we're all launching really at the same time. So behind the scenes for the past year and a half have been incredibly busy and ambitious, but to see it all come to life and try to give yourself the space and the grace to make mistakes, to know that you're not.
Oh, a year and a half it took to record all those episodes. Oh, she's been so busy. Didn't they just put out a statement, I don't know if it's real or not, that both of them cannot go to the Pope's funeral because their diaries are full? I mean, really? Like no other dignitary in the whole wide world has a full diary, but these two numbnuts that are nobodies have a full diary. You know, all the other dignitaries have left a complete clean slate in their diary just in case they get a wedding invitation of someone of importance or there's a funeral to attend. Not Harry and Meghan. They can't go because they have full diaries. They're so important that they have full diaries.
Not going to get it right every day, and at the same time to prioritize what we're going to put out as our next tranche of SKUs as equally important to me as Archie losing his first tooth this week, which is about to happen.
Of course, Archie lost his first tooth. Oh my goodness gracious me. That's because Prince Louis lost his front teeth. We can't we can't go without throwing that in there, that Archie has lost his front tooth or about to lose his front tooth, and how she grabs her face with, oh my God, it's so exciting. Stupid cow.
And I just hope we're back home in time for it. That it all matters. And when you look at your life through that perspective, which frankly, being a parent gives you the most illuminating perspective, because
being a parent to fake children that she didn't carry. I mean, she only had to waltz on in, take the child from the surrogate mother, and start raising the child. I mean, way to go, bozo.
What is seemingly so big somehow becomes so microscopic in importance compared to what's happening with your children. Certainly how I feel, that you just make time to do it all. And I think maybe that's what is hopeful.
Super mum, she makes time to do it all, doesn't she? Do a podcast, produce Netflix series, produce children that, come out of some other woman, but not her. She has time to do it all, doesn't she? Flit here, flit there, flit everywhere else, and hopefully be in home on time for the loss of that tooth.
That's what feels like the dream.
What an absolute joke she is. I mean, she continually gives us stuff that we can laugh about. Does she not know that she is literally the laugh of the world, the laughing stock of the world? They just don't get it, do they? The way she waffles on and on about love and family and how she cares about people, how she puts her, soul into people. Where's all the people that she's abused? All their staff, the Buckingham Palace staff that they abused? Everyone else that they've abused? Meghan Markle is not a nice person. It doesn't matter how she flips it, turns it, changes it, washes it. Nobody's going to believe her bullshit. Every time she opens her mouth, we get an opportunity to take the piss out of her. So keep talking, Meghan, and we will just keep on taking the mickey out of this absolute joke of a woman that entered the royal family. The more she talks, the better the royal family look every single day. I mean, I love the royals, it's no secret. But she's just making them shine brighter and brighter and brighter as her light dims lower and lower and lower, because she's an absolute fraud, and she admitted that herself. Anyhow, thanks for visiting, thanks for listening, have yourself a lovely day, keep smiling and take good care. Bye for now.